Fine. This is the last item. Once we are done, convert it all into 7. Then I can remove the filter and I can either copy the whole column and paste it then in SPSS here. Then you should, this is for the usage, you should set the value so that it will reflect whatever encoding we've used. So number 1, business work; number 2, entertainment; number 3, personal and social; 4 is business and entertainment; 5, business and personal use; 6, entertainment and personal; and 7, all three: business, entertainment, and personal. So once we have set these and uploaded, either we have two ways: either to import the full Excel sheet after we encode every other variable, or we can do it one by one, and hence we can always check by clicking on the replacement value labels to see if all values has been set properly. Same thing can be, we can always set the weight, durability, same as the color. We just copy the tags, just copy this, put it to the rest, and we are done here encoding. If we don't encode the remaining, then we might not be able to run the analysis on correlation, because it will only use metric scales. So since we have font color 3.1 is encoded as scale, then it is represented here. 4.1, 4.2, all the way to 4.6, it's already done, because in the Excel sheets it's already encoded. So I didn't have any problem encoding it. Remember when we had in the survey, we have to encode these by replacing extremely important by number 5, important by number 4, neutral by number 3, not important by number 2, and totally not important by number 1. We have to do all this in Excel before we import the Excel into SPSS. Otherwise, we will have lots of encoding problems, and we might miss some. So we can use Control F, find and replace all for all of these, and make sure you start with a more generic. So don't start with important, because if you replace important, it will replace extremely important. This will be replaced by number 4. So if I start with replacing important alone, then it will I will end up having extremely 4 and not 4 and totally not 4. So always start with the more generic than the more specific. So replace all extremely important by number 5. The same goes to totally not important, and then go to the important at the end. I didn't have any problem with these scales because it is already ready. It's in Excel. It will be valued by 1 to 5, as we've seen here. So it is already made. I changed the naming so that it's 4.1, 4.2, just to make it much easier to track the questions itself. So this is what I've done here. The names of the variables. So this is question number 2. what is the main purpose of your usage. This is we've already done. What is the operating system of your preference? This is either 1 or 2, so we have to encode this in Excel and change it iOS. So I have changed it 1 and 2, so it will represent. Let me check here. I think we have to all agree on these so that we are on the same page. So the values has to match for iOS. Android is number 1, so 1 Android and 2 iOS. Now having this, then you can see that I've changed. This is the third question. So 3.1 is phone color, 3.2 is phone weight, 3.3 is durability, 3.4 screen smoothness, 3.5 large memory, and all the way till 3.16 the voice assistant. 4.1 I download apps regularly. These are the values. It was renamed to be shortened. So for example, screen smoothness only I wrote screen, large memory I wrote memory. Uh, Battery long life I wrote battery, and so forth. um, for question 4, it's from 4.1 up to 4.6, and then I have this is number 5, what memory capacity. There are categories. It has to be in uh, number 1 is 16 or less, number 2 32, number 3, number 4, number 5, all the way. So we do the same for the remaining. We need to convert all of them into numbers so that we can run the correlation and we can have all the other statistical uh, values set up properly. Same thing has to be with the gender categories, marriage status, education. So basically everything has to go into scale and convert them into numbers. You either do them in SPSS or do it in Excel and then import the whole file as a whole. So it's up to you, whichever you prefer.